Welcome back, everybody. We are back for the second part of our double header on TikTok Tuesday, Tickle Me Team Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. We are going to get part 2 going with a team game 3 versus 3. Team Copper, again, will be part of this cast. Like I say, tomorrow we will start with all new users for getting a cast done here. All right, in the bottom, playing for Team HoSC is Miro. Miro will be playing as the Red Zerg. The aqua-colored Terran will be played by Jaximus, and the dark blue will be played by HotShot. All of them part of Team HoSC. If we take a look at the very top here, playing for Team Copper, we have C. Stewart. Vid as the Terran, orange Terran, purple Protoss by Firewalker. Let's get this baby going. Here we go, 2 times to get this sucker going. It is going on Green Acres, probably the best 3v3 map out there. Hopefully they don't nerf that anytime soon. We will get the Overlord Scout happening for Miro, more than likely going over to hover over an expansion, just so they know the timing, or he could just be going out to do a quick run-by of the other base here. Firewalker is building himself up a bit of a wall off on his mineral line, does have a gateway, has the early gas going down there. Walling off the ramp is Vid, no support from the rest of his team, he will wall that off. C. Stewart going for a gas-heavy build, has 2 gas out before he even gets his gateway out. 2 pylons are going down right now, so he is going into a very macro-heavy game, so hopefully they do not get rushed, as he will need some time to build up, apparently. Vid, on the other hand here, he does have hit both of his gases up as well. Everybody seems to be going heavy on gas. Not a bad idea when you get into team games, because usually in team games, it's always Tech 3, Tech 4 units attacking each other. Early expo up for Miro, who's playing as the Red Zerg down here. He is dropping down the spawning pool in the back of the base here, and he only has no gas going, so he is not no gas going either. And 2 gas finally going down for HotShot there. HotShot does have a barracks coming up here, has walled himself off doing the all-for-one build. So he's got that all walled off right there. He is flying out the Overlords. Is Miro here getting a lot of views here? Jaximus says, no, I don't know what that means. I don't even think he can see anything. He does have the Overlord just approaching the base here, so not entirely sure what he is screaming about. If we take a look here, Firewalker does have the pylon going up in the back of the base. We're getting a little bit of lag there. I do apologize. And Firewalker is apparently concerned as he says, what's the problem, bro? And gets a smart-ass remark out of the other team here. Vid is still the only one walling off. You're getting no support out of his team. C. Stewart does have the Forge and the single gateway. Apparently, he is the low man on the totem pole. This team very far behind. If we take a look over here, Firewalker does have the second gateway going down, is chrono boosting out warp gate technology here. We will take a look over here. It does look like Vid is looking to expand. The Overlord will possibly see that Miro is sitting above the base there, or just the outside of the base there, and does have one coming up the other side. Finally, we are getting what I thought was going to be a scout, but it is an SCV who has gotten tired. We do have an expansion coming out of one of the Protoss players on the other team here. It does look like C. Stewart is electing to expand down there. So he will be the first for Team Copper to get expanded here. Obviously, Miro was the first on Team HoSC. He has a few dogs out at this current time. And Firewalker is apparently coming up to expand with Vid, or maybe just to hang out. Oh, maybe unaware the rocks shut down. Apparently not very knowledgeable of this map, as I think he was trying to get down to the gold expansion there. Did not realize that the rocks were there. C. Stewart is getting a Nexus about halfway done there. Let's see what he's electing to go with here. He is just getting the Cyber Core down. Wowzer. He's definitely got enough pylons going up here. He almost has his base saturated. Just going to be a little bit behind on getting an army out. Over here, the Orbital Command is coming out for HotShot. HotShot does have a factory down there. Factory is getting the reactor put onto it, so maybe seeing some Widow Mines or even some Hellions. More than likely, Widow Mines. Firewalker apparently says, move your guys, Jesse. I will have to assume Jesse is the orange player that is blocking off the entire ramp there. He does have a tank coming out there. There we go. C. Stewart does have the gases up here. Both gases are down for C. Stewart on his expansion. Over here, nobody. Oh, we do have an expansion of HotShot. Sorry, HotShot has expanded. And Firewalker has got his expansion. Apparently took over this one. From Vid there. Vid did elect to expand way down here into the natural here. We are getting some dogs moving out here. We will see. Hopefully they have enough to fend it off here. Let's take a look here. They have the Mothership Core and about 4 Stalkers and 2 tanks. So should have enough to fend this off if they get down and help C. Stewart. Or he might end up losing in a simulator there. Nobody seems to be helping here, so nobody's moving here. They're going to allow this to happen here. 2 probes will go down here. Should have nothing to stop that from happening. Does stop to attack with the probes. They are going to go for the Nexus here. There they go. Mothership Score's coming. Here comes the Stalkers here, so we'll get a lot of support out of his team here. They do start beating on everybody here. Dogs start to run. Stalkers start to come down here. They finish off the rest of the dogs there. So very well done there. Dogs are going to look around the map here, see if any expansions are there. Here's a really nice expansion. I know a lot of people like to build in 3v3 because a lot of people don't scout there. Even though the Naga Tower is there, it doesn't get scouted very often. So all these dogs are going to take over the Naga Towers. They will have the vision on the map here. Will be Team HoSC. The sieges are up down here in the natural here, so very well done. They are going to get that fended off here. It doesn't look like Jaximus is going to move too fast here. He is going to go one base here. Let's see what he has. He has a barracks and a few supply depots. Jaximus really not building a whole heck of a lot. Not entirely sure why. C. Stewart does look like triple Stargate, so he is going very heavy into some gas here, so he will be needing to get some guys on gas on the bottom here because that will be a very gas-heavy build for him. On the other side here, or not the other side, just up there, we do have Vid, who's getting an armory. Leads me to believe we might see some Thors coming here, or very heavily upgraded factory units. So might be going for the upgrades for his siege tanks. Over here, we are going, looks like straight gateway units. Does have Twilight cancel out. Is going Blink Stalker is Firewalker. Very, very interesting. Down here, we do have Miro, who has layer technology on the field here. He is getting, wow, he might be looking to do some drops. He is getting the Overlord speed movement. Oh, he was going Hellions. There you go. Hellions are on the field. Not seen very often in 3v3 or 4v4. So we do have the Hellion build coming out of Hotshot here. And other than that, Hotshot has basically nothing in the main here, so nothing is hidden. Does have the armory coming down here, so we will soon find out what he's choosing to do with that army. Did get the upgrade here. Wow, note is not going to go into Hellbats here, which is fairly interesting. A lot of dogs. Apparently, Miro is going with a pure dog build. Not recommended. Well, if you go combines with Banelings, there is the Spires, so we will definitely get out of the dog build and move into a good mass Muta build, I would have to imagine. Very, very good build in team games. Up here on the other side here, if we take a look, let's run through the army count here. All right, Miro has himself 38 dogs, a couple queens, they won't do much. 10 Hellions for Hotshot. Absolutely nothing for Jaximus. Firewalker has himself 12 stalkers. C. Stewart has himself 6 stalkers, and then the 4 tanks for Vid. Here's a heavy dog moving out here. Dogs are moving out for Miro here. There's a mass amount of dogs on the field here. They're going to move themselves. Looks like they are going to scout this. Of course, they did have the Overlord here. So they will probably take this out with no contest, as I don't believe that Firewalker or any of his team will be able to get over here in time. They will surround that Nexus and surround all the assimilators here. Should easily be able to take this out, apparently, here. So they will wax that out here. Firewalker is going to go over there and try to defend it. All the Hellions are moving out here. This is big trouble now. Hellions are moving across the map here. Does look like Miro is taking this expansion in the middle here. Firewalker's screaming no. Don't think there's anything he's going to be able to do. He is going to attempt to do something here. He is moving up there. Did lose everything. So really pointless to go in there now. But he is going to let you clean up these dogs here with the Mothership and the Stalkers here. If we look over here, we do have the Hellions of Hotshot moving out here. He is moving across the map fairly quickly here. Going to come right up into the natural here. A lot of siege tanks sieged up there. He probably will run out of here pretty quick. Does have the blue flame upgrade. He is stuck in the corner there. These siege tanks are going to clean up those Hellions very, very quickly here. And we do have voids on the field already here by Firewalker, so very well done by them to get that fended off. Did end up losing pretty much all of his probes. Did see Stewart there. Miro still being undetected in the middle there. Really the only guy that's getting all these expansions out. Well, I guess Hotshot's got 2 out, so fair enough. Really do need Jaximus over here. There we go. Jaximus to expand, I was going to say. And he is right on cue with that expansive. Firewalker is going to rebuild here. Let's take a boo over here and see what if anybody's teching up into anything special here. Do have tech labs going down. Do have 4 factories. I imagine Thors are going to come out here pretty quick. Let's take a look. Yes, we are getting into a Thor build here. C. Stewart has, wow, 4 starports out. Does have a lot of gas. Not entirely sure why we are not pumping out voids at this point in time. Really needs to get that done there. Is pointing out the Overlord is one of the teams here, and they do scan over by the Overlord. Not entirely sure what that scan was from, as it did come from Team HoSC. Obviously, as they're the only ones with Terrans on their team here. Let's take a quick run through. Wow, 8 voids out for C. Stewart. So C. Stewart does have the voids on the map here. Let's take a look. Where are those voids that I missed here? Oh, okay, they are way down at the natural here. So we do have the voids out there. Everybody is scanning. They know the unit composition at this point in time. So 8 voids out for C. Stewart. Firewalker has elected to go with the gateways here. He does have the 12 stalkers. Do have the 1 Thor and 6 tanks for Vid so far here. We are getting into a Hellbat build. Wow, we are going to go Hellbat Thor for Vid here. So very, very interesting combination there. At the other team, we do have Hotshot going with 2 Thors there. Jaximus is electing to go with nothing but Widow Mines. Not a bad choice. Widow Mines are deadly. 11 mutas coming out of Miro there. So very well done. But they are getting a very good Void Ray count here up at the top here for C Stewart. C does have 12 on the field now. Does have himself a fairly steady income, but really needs to get that gas going. You almost need 3 expansions easily, at least 3 to 4 expansions to run off of 4 Stargates. So he is fairly heavy on the Stargate portion of it there, but is spending his money very well here. We'll take a look at Vid here. Spending his money very well, has a lot of gas to spare. Maybe C Stewart should be asking him for some gas. And Firewalker is also spending his money very well. Over here, we do have Hotshot moving out, who is saving up his money. 2,200 bucks he has in the bank. 4,600 for Jaximus, doesn't surprise me at all. And 1,700 typical with Zerg to carry a fairly high bankroll at this point in the game, as we are 15 minutes in. Does have a fairly good muta count on the field now here. Wowzer, all these teams with very, very much a lot of army count here, so could get into a very big war here. Does look like Firewalker is electing to do a drop of a 4-hole Stalkers, which is fairly handy when you get into expansions, the 3rd or 4th expansion for most teams. This is actually going to end up being the 1st expansion for Jaximus once he does get down there. There's all the dogs coming down here. Might end up seeing a photon overcharge here onto the Nexus here, as I don't know if he can fend off this many dogs, but he's going to try. Maybe he will. Okay, maybe not quite as many dogs, but he did put the photon overcharge on there anyway, so they will clean that up here. They're moving out here. Vid's moving across the map here. Do have the mutas in the back. The Voids have come over to meet them. Way too many Voids there. Voids love mutas. Let me tell you that right now. Vid's going to start moving across the map here. He is heading across with his very scary army. Over here, we do have, for some reason, Hotshot's going to do some scouting with his barracks here. Vid's going to move into here. This should be pretty deadly here. Stalker's moving for C Stewart. He's coming around the outside. Has a lot of Voids there. Wow. He has, what does that add up to? 14 Voids there. Vid's run into the army here almost. He's coming across the middle here. We'll see the expansion here. Will be fairly even. Does need to get sieged up here. Really needs to get those siege tanks all done. They're in the front line, which is not recommended here. We'll need to get that done. C Stewart's going to melt this expansion quite easily here over here. But no contest over there. All these Thors. Vid has way too many Thors. They're probably going to clean up this army fairly quickly here. In comes the mutas to try and support. Here we go. Vid does have the Thor count in his advantage here, so more than likely we'll win this battle. A few dogs does have the Hellbat there. Hellbat will get in the front line. There he goes. He cleans that up. C Stewart's coming through the base of Hotshot here. He has a lot of Voids melting everybody there. Firewalker, on the other hand, I'm not entirely sure where Firewalker's army is, to be honest with you. I'm sure they're out there somewhere, but they don't seem to be in the battle right now. Maybe he's saving them all at the base here. Let's take a look here. Firewalker, who is purple, does have his army, so doesn't really have a lot, but they will be sitting back at the base for now. It does look like C Stewart and Vid might have enough to clean this out. Here they go. There's all the Widow Mines. They're going to try and get buried there. A lot of Widow Mines. He brought them all over. Ended up burrowing one, so we will get one Widow Mine shot up there. Here he goes, taking down the expansions. Good game. Well played by Miro. Good game from Firewalker there. I always like it when the losing team does politely exit with good games. That is always nice to see. And it does look like they're probably going to clean this up here. C Stewart is walking through with all of them Void Rays here. Vid at the bottom with all his Thors trying to get up there. Might end up losing the Thors, but now the Voids are coming in to help him out here. Yeah, they do put on the, I can't remember what that attack is called, but they do attack air. The high impact payload is what it's called there. So he was putting that on to try and get rid of these Voids here, but it's just not going to be enough. They will melt the rest of the army here. We did end up having the Mothership Corps from Firewalker come up and help with the expansion here. So very well done by Team Copper, as they do look like they're going to clean this up quite easily. Some more Widow Mines there. I do imagine if those Widow Mines had them buried maybe right away when they dropped below those Voids, they might have had a chance of cleaning up this Void army, because there was a lot of Widow Mines. But in the end, didn't end up working out that way. You win some, you lose some. Team Copper will take it from Team HoSC. There was a high vote for Miro, so very well done by him there. So very good game. I would imagine they're going to quit at some point in time here, unless they have some secret army hidden somewhere that we are not ready for. He does have a couple Widow Mines, does Jaximus here, so maybe he's hoping these Widow Mines end up doing 1,000 damage apiece. I'm not entirely sure what he's hoping for here. They're both going to launch here. Boom, will get. Oh, did not get any kills, as they both launched into different Void Rays there. These Void Rays will come in here, coming in from both sides here. Jaximus has nowhere to go. He's running with his SCVs, trying to hide into that command center there. That's not going to happen. These voids are over cleaning this up here. Firewalker's made his way down the map here. He's pretty much standing there as they do realize they've won this. Vid's moving up into the expansion with his very interesting Halbat Thor build. It is a very good build, I guess, as both of them are very good in their armor, so they can take a lot of damage. These voids that come up here are going to clean up the last of Jack Smith's expansion here. That'll clean up pretty quickly. He did end up saving a bit from his command center to give a bit of money back for that. Jack Smith does lay down into the gold patch, so maybe he is going to try and rebuild. Not giving up yet, even though the rest of his team is pretty much melted. Firewalker's going to come up here and clean up the last of Miro's buildings here. These voids for C. Stewart did end up finding that command center. They beat it down. He's going to try to build a couple more command centers here. Not entirely sure why he's building 3. Maybe just going to build an engineering brilliant and lay down a boatload of planetary fortresses, even though it's not going to do a whole lot of good when these voids come in there. But we will soon find out. Jack Smith is not a quitter. Don't care what you say. Firewalker did not end up cleaning up Miro. He's actually going to go and clean up Hotshot, the rest of his base here. Vid's trying to clean up the rest of the stuff here. He's going through the rocks to see if there's an expansion over here. It's just one of these teams, you know, I don't like it in team games when people do this and they just kind of draw the game up because there really isn't a point. You realize there's nothing you could do barring the rest of the team just leaves them alone and kills the rest of their units for him, you know. So anyways, Jack Smith will eventually quit here, I would have to imagine, but apparently he wants to build some more command centers at the other area here. He did save up himself $11,000, so if there's anything he can do when he looks back at this replay, it could be don't just build widow mines when you have $11,000. He could have at least built something else, build some more production buildings, spend that money somehow, but that's definitely a boatload of money, especially to be carrying in a team game. You should always be spending your money here. Vid did end up expanding, so Vid's still expanding. They haven't given up yet. We'll soon find out. Oh, I was going to say we'll soon find out if Jack Smith can try and make a comeback, but Firewalker is going to say no to that as he did end up finding the expansion. Firewalker even dropped down to DT. They will clean this out quite easily here. Here goes the trying command center. I don't know if those SCVs were trying to repair it. He actually canceled it. I'm really worried about you, Jack Smith, and why you were putting in an attempt. There's a difference between try hard and retarded. And I think you're verging on the line of retarded here. He is going to run around with them there. Finally loses his last building here. Very done, team. Good team co-op there. Good try, Team HoSC. Well done. Even Archon's coming out for Firewalker. Appreciate everybody for watching. Like I say, send the replayers to tractorchute@gmail.com. And don't forget, if you're wearing the red shirt on a Wednesday, you got to be looking for all the good-looking mothers out there. Appreciate everybody for watching. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.